Hi everybody, welcome to Module 1. In this video I will go over everything you need to know for this module. After watching this video, if you still have questions, please feel free to email me through Canvas. Okay, welcome to our very first module of EDU291. This module will run a little bit different than most. Most modules are 2 weeks, but this module is actually only 1 week long. So hopefully you had the opportunity to listen to the Getting Started video as I go over various important parts of the course. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that, please go over to Introduction Activities and you will see my Getting Started video. In that video and in here, I'll remind you that we do not have a textbook for this course. All of our readings will be loaded in the modules. So for Module 1, you can see we have 2 main readings, and then we have additional supplementary links. When a reading says module reading, that is basically the same thing as a textbook chapter. So if you click here, this Module 1 reading, the title is Introduction. And this would be the same thing as if you were reading out of a textbook. You can see we've got all these beautiful images and information, and there's oftentimes links out to additional links where you can gather even more information. So just jump back to our module page, you will see that we have 2 main readings for the week. We have a Module 1 reading which is titled Introduction, and then Module 1 reading which is titled Selecting Books. And this is important because with our module readings, we always have a graphic organizer, or a reading organizer as we call it in this class, due on the first Tuesday or of the Tuesday of the week. So for this module, because we are only 1 week long this time, you will be submitting 2 reading organizers this week. Going forward, you will look to submit 1 reading organizer a week, except there is 1 week in Module 4 where you're submitting 2 in 1 week, but I will get to that later on down the road. So just keep in mind that going forward after this week you will only have 1 reading organizer, but for this we do have 2. So as you can look here, we've got Module 1 Introduction Reading Organizer. This organizer is going to be directly linked to Module 1 Reading Introduction. And yes, you guessed it, Module 1 Selecting Books Reading Organizer is directly linked to the information found here under Module 1 Reading Selecting Books. These reading organizers are designed to help you maintain and hold on to information that you learned from the chapters. Anything else that's supplementary can be used, but typically we are focusing on these chapter readings for our reading organizers. This week we have additional links out that talk about defining children's literature, book formats and genre. We have a required reading, which is called the Miller article, and this reading is directly related to an assignment that we have due here, which is our literacy autobiography. So this will be directly linked to this assignment. And then a Good Books PDF. Anytime it's supplementary, it's really there just for your additional information, unless it's specifically tied to an assignment, in which I will always let you know. So to go over the reading organizers, you can expect that the same reading organizer format will be every single week. So there are no surprises really when it comes to the formatting of our weeks. Every Tuesday you can expect to have 1 and occasionally 2 reading organizers due. And the reading organizers will ask you to create a copy. So you'll just click Make a Copy, and it will open up to a brand new document that you can complete and submit. So you want to put your name and your date, double check and make sure you're on the same page. Yes, this is the Introduction to Children's Literature. We know that you are going to focus on the introduction reading, and we are good to go. Every reading organizer will have the correlating title, so always double check that. Each prompt should be between 75 and 100 words and written in paragraph form. And there are 3 prompts for the reading organizer. Now, you will see these 3 prompts every single week. So the reading organizer doesn't change really, just the title and also the correlated reading. So here we go. The first prompt asks you to please describe a concept or idea from the reading that reinforced or expanded on something you already knew before engaging with the text. I then have sentence starters. You are welcome to use these to structure your response, or you can start off however you'd like. But my sentence starter does make it a little easy. Before reading the text, I knew blank. However, the text reinforced or expanded my knowledge by, and then you can expand on that. Next question, what do you think was the most important concept or idea shared in the text? This must be different than whatever you discussed in prompt number 1. And you can use my sentence starters. Of all the ideas included in the text, I think the most important was blank because blank. Again, if you don't like those sentence starters, feel free to start off however you prefer. And then finally, there are multiple try its, read its, and watch it extensions included in the text. Identify one try it or read it or watch it extension and explore the suggested learning from the extension. Describe your experience and learning from the chosen extension. So we're going to jump back over to the text and I will explain that in a bit more detail. In every reading, module reading I should say, you will find multiple try its, read its, or watch its. So we click on introduction here as our example. As you do your reading, you can see it's really beautiful with these lovely illustrations and graphics. And eventually you will come upon a try it. So here's our first one. Examine the most loved children's books, infographic from the USC Rosé School of Education. How many of your favorites are on the list and what books do you think are missing? And maybe that one doesn't speak to you, so you want to keep going. And don't worry, there's going to be additional opportunities as you scroll. Some try-its will link out to an additional resource. Others will just ask you to do a reflection. So here's a fun one. What did you see? What do you see as the value of reading? Do you read for pleasure? Did you read for pleasure as a child? What about as an adult? Have your reading habits evolved over your lifetime? What interferes with your life as a reader? Now, this is one that doesn't have an additional link, and actually this one connects directly to the literacy autobiography, so this could be fun as you prepare for that assignment. So whatever try it, read it, or watch it you choose, you will then report back on the reading organizer page. Once you have completed reporting on your try it, read it, or watch it, you can then submit your reading organizer to the Dropbox. You can share it. So this one, it's only shared with me, so make sure you do check the share settings. And you can do that by coming down here and clicking on, and you can decide anyone with the link. I think that that's great because the only other person that's going to have the link is going to be me. So then you click done. And then you can either copy the link and paste it into the Canvas, or share it however you feel most comfortable with. But do make sure that you do check the share settings. Okay, as we jump back down to modules, this week, as I've mentioned a couple of times, we do have 2 reading organizers due. So please keep in mind that on Tuesday of Module 1, you will need to submit Introduction as well as Selecting Books Reading Organizer. Then on Thursday, going forward with every Thursday of our course, you will want to complete the reading commentary. The reading commentary is where you have the opportunity to find 2 books and explore them. You can find books on your e-reader if you use a Kindle or something along those lines. You can go to the library, which I highly recommend if you can actually get the book in hand. You can go to your own child's library if you have children at home and they have books. Anywhere you can get your hands on a book. If you're not able to get your hands on an actual book, you can Worst case, go to YouTube and do a search for that specific book and put the words read aloud right next to it. So let's just say we're talking brown bear, what do you see? Read aloud. Do that first search in YouTube, and 9 times out of 10, somebody will have created a video reading aloud that story. And the nice thing about the read alouds is that they usually do have the illustrations there for you to view, and you're able to see the graphics as well as listen to the words. So worst case, if that's the case, please make sure that you are taking a screenshot of the YouTube video. So one of the requirements for the reading commentary is to include a picture of the book. So if you are using an e-reader, say a Kindle or something along those lines, take a picture of the book pages that you were reading from that. If you were listening to a YouTube read aloud, take a screenshot of the YouTube video. You do not want to see just a graphic from the internet of the book. I want to see a picture of what you actually read. So if you have the book in hand, take a picture of your actual book, or a selfie even of you reading the book, which is even more fun. And that will take care of that requirement. So for this assignment, you're going to choose 2 of your favorite books. They can be any books. They need to be children's books, but 2 of your favorite children's books. And then for each book, you're going to report on the title and the author, the age range that you think the book is appropriate for, a 1-10 sentence summary of the book, a paragraph describing what takes place in the book, but don't give it away with the spoilers, just a quick overview. 1 sentence offering your personal judgment of the book, and finally attach images of your book in the thread. So again, just as I described, an actual image of what it was that you read. All initial posts for reading commentaries are due Thursday, and every Thursday for the rest of this course. And you do need to respond to at least 2 classmates' posts. The posts are not due until Sunday. So you'll see on the assignment checklist that I always include response posts due. That's not for additional credit. That's all part of the reading commentary assignment, but it's just a reminder. So initial post due Thursday, and response post to peers due by Sunday. Okay, so again, expect that assignment pretty much every week going forward. Every week, though, I will go over the various differences in the reading commentaries, because they do obviously change depending on the module. Finally, this week, we have a literacy autobiography. As I mentioned at the start of this video, you need to read this article, the Miller article. And this really just gives you an overview of the various readers that there are according to this author. Once you have completed the reading, you will then be able to answer the assignment questions. So I needed to jump back over here by clicking this template. So once again, we will make a copy of the template. And in this, after you've read the article, based on the types of readers in the article, what type of reader are you? And give examples to support your response from the reading. Tell us, how has your identity as a reader changed or evolved over time? Please use details or examples to support your response from your personal life. I want to get to know you as a reader, and I want you to really think about your reading journey. If you don't think your identity has changed, then why do you think that is? Are you comfortable with who you are as a reader, and why or why not? Next, you will choose 3 out of these 4 lists. Think back to a time with a reading memory, discuss that reading memory, or decide on a storybook character that you can relate to. You would describe that. Make a graph of the highs and lows of your reading experiences, or interview someone who knew you as a reader. Once you have completed reporting out of 3 of those 4 choices, then you will present your artifacts. So if you chose reading memory, it can be a picture that represents your memory. So if you read with a caregiver as a child, it could be a photograph of a stock image of that. It doesn't have to be you in that experience. It can be a stock image of a storybook character. If it's an interview, it can be a screenshot of you interviewing. And if you did the graph, show the graph.